Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Oh my God, every time I see that intro, I think of Corbin, Dallas, Fifth Element. Oh my God, I love that movie so much. If I was a man, I would be Ruby Rod. He's got the hair, he's got the clothes, and he's not all surface. He finds his courage in the end. He finds his place, and he's ready to dive deep and do what needs to get done. Anyway, y'all have to forgive me. I'm on my fourth cup of coffee. Actually, I'm done with my fourth cup of coffee. I'm contemplating having a fifth, but I just don't think I could zoom around the room anymore. I'm used to decaf. I know. I was talking with Arlene about it earlier, and she was like, how does decaf wake you up? And I'm like, I don't know. I used to drink pots of regular coffee. And then when my husband got sick, he couldn't handle the caffeinated. So we switched to decaf. And there's something about that smell. Just that smell of the coffee wakes me up. I guess it's the placebo effect. I don't know. But just that aroma is enough for me to go, this is awesome. I'm awake. And my parents have this little single, I think Carlina called it a carafe, this little just single cup maker. And it uses the little pods. And you put the pods in there and boop, you got your coffee. And that's enough. I like making it one cup at a time. I've gotten to where I don't even fill the whole pot anymore because I know it'll just go to waste. So I drink my coffee from those little pods. But wow, damn. I'm buzzing with caffeine. Anyway, it's good to see all y'all. Let me scroll up so I can say hello to Daryl the Derelict. Go Twinkie, go Twinsy, go. Yes, my brother from another mother. It is so good to see you here today. And we got Chris Perza. I thought we're supposed to dunk the Twinkie in chocolate milk. Honey, chocolate milk, white milk, vanilla milk, unsweetened milk, whatever, 2%. It don't matter. Fat free. Just grab yourself a glass of milk and dunk that Twinkie. You'll thank me later. We got Gun Bunny. Mwah, mwah, mwah. It's so good to see you here today. And Mark, the eminently tired, or just Mark, or pew pew pew. Yeah, we've got some sweaties to smoke later. I think definitely. We've got Atwood. Hashtag Atwood Agency Raid. Thank you, Atwood. It's good to see you here. And Dave G Sound. Oh, throwing out the wine. Yes. And they live long and prosper. Let me tell you. It's been an interesting week. And we've got Louise X Sparrow. Hey, Louise. I gotta say, I love Louise's insight on shit. If y'all have just not done a panel with her or, sat down and talked with her about IPs, she's fascinating to talk to and one hell of a poet. She's got some mad writing skills. So y'all, if you get the chance, do it. Cause Louise, you're very cool. You're amazing. And Zombie Box Reviews. Hey, it's good to see you here. We've got D. Bud Martin, Hail Cat Brother. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. And Ironcaster. Hey, how's it going? Y'all surviving D&D? Y'all surviving the gaming scene? It's good to see you too. And let's see. I think I've got, oh my God, Squeaka. Decaf is just dyed water. Yes, Squeaka Mouse, my darling. It is. You kind of get used to it. And like I said, I think it's that placebo effect. And I like a light roast anyway. I can do a medium to a light roast, usually flavored. There's some hazelnut in there. There's some raspberry, white chocolate, whatever. I tend to like my coffee flavored. So I use a lot of those frou-frou creamers, to just sweeten it up a little bit. But the harshest coffee I've ever had in my life was real Turkish coffee. I mean, real Turkish coffee, where it's like liquidated coffee beans or melted coffee beans in a little egg cup, about that size. Yeah, that was a once in a lifetime experience. And I know people that love that. They love Turkish coffee. But we have okay. Dave says, listen, vanilla ice cream, strawberry jelly, half and half, and milk. Strawberry milkshake, add vodka if insane. I'm down to party. Oh my God. What about whipped cream vodka or strawberry vodka? Ooh, that just sounds so good. And Squeaker says, "Oh my God, I love Turkish coffee." Yes, I've had it. Yeah, so it is slapping. It is not for the faint of heart, y'all. It is not for the faint of heart. It's really not. But if you like your hardcore espressos and you want a jolt on your tongue, go for it. Go for the coffee. Anyway, one other thing before I get into it is I want to give Makani Live. I need to give him a shout out because y'all, he has done it. He has reached 1K. And let me tell you, we had fun on his Sunday stream. If y'all missed that, go watch it. We had a blast, even though my internet was giving me fits. And sometimes I was sounding like a chipmunk. Sometimes I was sounding like a robot. Sometimes they couldn't hear me at all because I was kicked out of the studio. I mean, it was just friggin' insane. At one point, I had to stream on my phone, and then my phone was getting ready to die, and my cord wasn't working, so I had to go back to computer. It was just, and it was like that Saturday too. It was like that Saturday too. It was freaking insane. I was dropped off of Eris's stream like 3 times. Finally, I just shut the whole damn thing down and let it rest for a couple hours. And then in the evening, it seemed to be working okay. But man, y'all, tech has not loved me lately. But I'm learning to go with it. I'm learning to go with it. I am. But okay, stuff that I want to talk to y'all about is I'm very open about my stories. I'm very open about my life. I'm very open about certain things. I've talked about my husband dying. I've talked about my child, my oldest child when he was 4, disappearing for almost 3 days. We had no clue where the hell he was. We didn't know what was going on. I've talked about, dealing with grief and moving past things. I've been real open about all that. One thing that has come out of it, pretty much since the beginning, since I've really shared those moments in my life, is I have people DM me. And, they share some things and we just kind of talk back and forth. And it's really awesome to see people open up about things and feel like, hey, I can reach out to this person because they've been through some shit. And we've all been through some shit. And we will all continue to go through shit. That is life. Flowers and shit. That's what you get around every corner at some aspect in your life. Okay? It's like guaranteed ups and downs. Well, one thing I've noticed is really prevalent is people kind of going through things and wondering how to get to the other side, or people wanting to kind of let go of things and wondering kind of where to start with that. And hey, Snortopupus. Hello, Snortopupus Cuber, my favorite polar bear on YouTube. Hey, darling. He says, our afternoon blunderstorm is moving in. Hopefully puke energy will keep the grid up. Yeah, I feel your pain. I've not been happy with a lot of the people that do shit around here, but whatever. Oh, Day Bob. Love Rooster in the house. Hey, Tweaky Snossage. The Snossages taste like Snossages. Anyway, so yeah, how to kind of start letting go and moving past shit, whatever it is in your life. And I don't really know. I don't. I've really thought about this over the past week or 2 weeks, really. And because we're all different. All of our personalities are different. We take in information differently. We process it differently. We react to things differently. Different things affect us. So we're all unique in that regard. And there's not a, one size fits all way of handling shit. There's really not. But what I can tell you is what letting go is and what it's not. Because I've had to learn the hard way. And I've had many years to relearn this lesson over and over and over. And I still have to learn it at times because, I'm human. Water sign, get in my head. So I still have to learn how to do that. But the thing is, I view that phrase a lot differently now than I did when I was younger. When I was younger, I hated it when someone told me, all the way up into adulthood. So I'm not talking like just a little kid. I mean, growing up throughout my life, teenage years, adult years, the whole bit. When somebody would tell me, well, just let it go. Just let it go. I, that would trigger me. That would trigger me. The phrase calm down doesn't really trigger me. I know some people go to the stars and back and just see spots when they hear that calm down. That's not my trigger. But let it go was big time. I hated to be told let it go because of the connotation that I felt it meant. And I discovered that one day many years ago when my husband and I were dealing with something called the love plushie. And I promise you, it is not salacious. So it is all on the up and up. This is the story of the love plushie and how I learned what let it go really meant. Okay. The love plushie was instituted by my husband. All right. And it came after a time when we were having really good communication. All right. And relationships, no matter what relationship you're in or the state of it, or if it's, just friends or it's romantic or parental or, whether your parents or you as a parent or whatever, or even in a work field, there's going to be really good communication, times of just where everything kind of comes and goes and you're just ebbing and flowing with each other and you're learning about each other and you're sharing stories and everything just feels good and it feels right. Nobody's tense, nobody's upset, you just flow with it and it's awesome. And then you have those times where it's just a lull where you're talking to each other, but things are okay. And then there's the times of the arguments over stupid shit or big shit. But most of the time, arguments start over misunderstandings or hurt fifis. And that is the truth. So anyway, you always want to try and stay in the good communication zone. So him being a little more logically minded than me, he was like, look, I have an idea and I'd like to try it. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Because, he's like, I really want to ride this good communication wave for as long as we can because it's awesome. And we had this little plushie. It was started Poopus. Says, I've never been called a love plushie, but I have been called a death floof. Yes. Okay. I know, Dave Bob. I know. I was talking to Mark and Arlene about this, and they were like, love plushie? What the hell? Dave Bob says, love is plushie. Sounds pornographic. And I'm like, no, trust me, y'all. Chris, it is literally a plushie. Promise. And it was about half the size of a Beanie Baby. Okay. It was about half. It was small. And do y'all remember those Chuzzles, the game Chuzzle back in the day? And they used to sell promotional packages that had the little Chuzzle in it. It was this little round furry Chuzzle with googly eyes. Well, this kind of looked like that, except it didn't have googly eyes. It had little stitched in eyes and it was rainbow colored. The fur was rainbow. It was all kind of, reds and greens and had some pinks in there and some purples and some blues. It was really, really cute. And I bought it at like a CVS one day. Oh, for $1? That thing's cute. I'll put it on my husband's gaming desk, and I did. So Chuzzle, yeah, Chuzzle. You'll have to Google it. They were cute. They were really cute. No, Mark, I'm talking. I'm not ignoring what you said. I can't keep up with the chat. I started this just gets weirder and weirder. Trust me, I have a point. I promise I have a point. Yes! Gun Bunny, I have Chuzzle on my laptop to help re-stress. Okay, so y'all know what Chuzzle is, all right? This was kind of like the live version of it, but not the official Chuzzle. So he picked up this Chuzzle, this little love plushie, whatever the hell. And shit, I wish I still had it now, and he said, you know what I want us to do? I want to try something to help keep our communication going. And I'm like, all right. What is it? I'm looking at this thing like, where the hell is he going with this? And he said, whenever one of us, whenever we're talking and one of us starts feeling uncomfortable. Either this conversation is not going the way I thought it would go, or I'm starting to get a little heated, or I'm starting to get a little in my feelings, or whatever, or the other person is starting to kind of get a little in their feelings, or maybe misunderstand, and you want to clarify and say, no, this is what I meant. And you want to keep it, even keel. You pick, God, you pick up that love plushie and you take it, you hand it to the person. And you say, look, I love you very much. I just want to let you know that I sense things maybe getting a little tiny bit off track. It's not what I meant, or, it's let's just take a moment, hug each other, kiss each other, and kind of come back to earth. Okay. And either one could do that. And he used it sometimes and I used it sometimes. And let me tell y'all, it sounds so stupid and so simple, but it worked like a freaking charm. When used properly, the love plushie worked great. Okay. And Mark says Chuzzle sounds like a drinking Fortnite. Yeah, well, it could. Nate Bob says I find communication is overrated. Yeah, potato. So anyway, yeah, we would utilize this. Well, there was one day that the love plushie was broken. We broke the concept of the love plushie. And I hate to admit it, but I'm the one who kind of started it out. Okay. We were having a conversation. I don't even remember what the hell it was. No, Mark, it's not ribbed and it doesn't vibrate. Oh my God. Pervy gas bag. It does not. It was just a little plushie. It didn't make any sounds, didn't make any motions, didn't jiggle, didn't wiggle, didn't do any of that. It just sat there and looked cute. A massive faux fur. It stitched on eyes and pretty rainbow. Pretty rainbow. Well, we were having this conversation. And again, I do not remember what it even was about to this day. And I started feeling a little prickly inside. And I started to think, no, I don't like where this is going. But I waited too late to get the love plushie and hand it to my husband. I started stewing a little bit. I'm listening to him, and then I'm kind of starting to fire things back a little bit, like, you didn't just say that, did you? Or, no, I don't know if I understand you. And then he was like, well, yeah, this is what I said. And no, that's not what I said. It just started falling apart. Oh, hey, Loki. Did someone say rib for Rivendell? Well, we're talking love plushies, so pull up a chair. And coffee. We're talking coffee too. So I let it go too far. And I was thinking to myself, enough. Where the fuck is that love plushie? And I stopped over to the love plushie and I snatched that up. And I went over there and I held it out. And I was like, hey, I love you, but you need to just calm your jets, okay? You need to slow your roll, back the fuck up, because either I'm really misunderstanding what you're saying, or you're kind of coming across as an asshole. Yeah, not exactly love plushie generating, okay? And hey, Decepticons, Cave of Villains, hail, Storted Poopus. It's good to see you here today. Well, what did he do? Did I go to hug him or kiss him or pull us out of that reality for a moment, ground us, let us know everything's okay? We're still friends? Everything's all right? No, I just held it out of my hand like, take the love plushie, motherfucker. Go ahead, take it. I dare you. I dare you. Well, he did. He snatched up that love plushie out of my hand. He's like, listen to me. He's like, yeah, I love you too. But you know what? You just need to let it go and calm the fuck down. And then he put it down on the table. He dropped it on the desk. Didn't give it back to me. Didn't, where's my hug? Where's my kiss? Nothing. Dropped that shit on the desk. And I was like, did he just tell me to let it go? It wasn't to calm down. I was okay with that. But he just told me to let it go. Well, that was it. He used to say I'd have my red roots moments. Well, yeah, I had my red roots moments, and I was like, "Oh, you did not just drop the love plushie! What the hell, dude?" And then we had a big blow up over a freaking love plushie. Okay, rut row. Yeah, it was a rut row moment. Snorted poop is muzzled by chisel. It was not good. So I stormed off and I went in the bedroom and he sulked in his man cave. He slammed his door. He had his games. He had his computer. While I'm in the bedroom kind of fussing and, just getting it all out, so to speak, tossing pillows around, making and remaking the bed a dozen times and he just doesn't understand me. Oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Blah, blah, blah. And he's in there sulking. All right. That went on most of the day. And then by the time nighttime fell around, I was exhausted and I was ready for this shit to be over. I was like, okay, if this was something stupid, this was something dumb. We just didn't communicate. I'm ready for us to move forward and let's get back into the groove. Let's act like we like each other again. Okay. So that was my attitude. I had exhausted everything. I got it all out of my system. Pretty short fuse, ready for it to be done. Well, not him. He went to sulk for a whole nother day. He did. It was not having any of me in any way, shape, or form. Okay. And it got to a point where I remember thinking, okay, he's going to end up hurting himself. It's not just hurting me, although I understand his anger. I get where he's coming from. I'm not mad at him anymore. I'm not upset. He's hurting himself because we can't come back together and talk about it or move on, or he was stuck. He was stuck in this mode that he could not get past. And it dawned on me, I thought, he really needs to let this go because it's hurting him. And it was like a freaking light bulb went on in my head. I'm like, here I am, one of the most hated expressions in my existence. Let it go. Except, yeah, I know. I see y'all. The song Frozen. I look, Elsa can sing it and I'm putty in her hands. That's okay. But one of the most hated expressions that I've ever heard, that I've had said to me, I finally understood what it was and what it wasn't. And when he told me, let it go, this is the way I read it. I was hearing him say to me, you know what? You're not strong enough for this situation. Hey, Arwyn, you're not good enough to deal with this in a reasonable way. Hey, Arwyn, maybe they're right. Maybe all the things that people said about you in the past, or the kids that picked on you, or the adults who slighted you, maybe they were right. That's what I have always heard in my mind when someone has told me to let it go. I've heard judgment. I heard not support, unsupportiveness. That's a word. I don't know. It's a word today, damn it. Unsupportiveness is a word, y'all. That's what I heard. I heard criticism because nobody would ever tell me how the hell to let it go. They would never explain what that meant. They just assumed that I knew. And every time somebody said it, it was always like, just let it go. And that's why I hated that expression. And when he said that to me, I felt that full force. And that's not the way he meant it, because later we talked about it. It was down the road, but we talked about what that meant. And I was sitting here looking at somebody who I knew cared about me and I knew loved me, but yet I was still hearing something negative. And that's what triggered me so badly. And it had all my life. It had all my life. I never came to peace with that term until I channeled it through my love and my respect for him. And I knew letting go meant to release something. It just meant looking at something that doesn't serve you, whatever it is, whether it's an emotion, whether it's a problem, whether it's people bringing dog poop to your door and smearing it all over your house. Whatever the hell your situation is where you need to let something go, it's not about judgment. And it's not saying you're not good enough to handle the situation. Actually, it's saying you're too good to fucking immerse yourself in this low level energy shit. That's what it's about. And if you hold on to something that you don't need to be holding on to for your good, it's going to be to your detriment. It's going to bring you pain. It's going to bring you sorrow. And you're not a personal failure because you're trying to wrestle with things. It's just you're feeling that judgment when people say that to you. And not everyone who is saying that. Some people might. I don't know. Some people may just be sick of hearing your bullshit and say, let it go, because they don't want to hear anymore. But I really believe that most people that say that, they're trying to tell you instead, look, release this. Just pay it no mind. Just let it pass through your life. Acknowledge it, of course, because just glossing over things doesn't help us either. Acknowledge what it is. Acknowledge how you feel. Acknowledge how it makes you feel. And then do the work to put it in its place. And then release it. And let it be gone. That's what letting go really means. That's what it's really about. It's for your good. It's for your growth. It's for your peace of mind. It's not judging you. It's not telling you how horrible you are, that you can't handle shit. And that's how I took it for years, y'all. For years. And once you're able to understand that, doesn't mean you're going to be perfect. And it doesn't mean you're always going to let shit go, because we are human. We're infallible. We are in flesh. Okay. But learning that lesson kind of helps you with future actions. And down the road, about 6 months later, we got through that. Yeah. Oh, at the end of the second day, I got to finish the Love Plushie story. At the end of the second day, I think he was over himself as well. I think he was just done. He had gotten out all the sulk he needed to get out. He had chewed on whatever he needed to chew on. He had done the work himself, and we were around each other a little more, and little things I would say, he'd start to smile again, or he'd start to laugh, or he'd start to joke. And then we found ourselves in the groove, and we were able to talk about that bullshit and be like, wow, 2 days wasted being pissed at each other over some stupid shit. And it wasn't about 6 months later where we found ourselves kind of getting in that again. And we had a little argument, and I tried to stay as cool as I was, but he just wasn't feeling it. And he got his butt on his shoulders and got pouty. I went to him the moment it happened. And I said, look, I really do. And I did not use the Love Plushie. Okay. It was like eye to eye. Here I am. I said, I love you very, very much. I really do. And I know we're having an argument, and I know this sucks, but I want to let you know something. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I'm not holding anything over your head. It happened. It happened. We can't change that. But I do want you to know, if you need to do what you need to do, and you need to be upset, and you need to be angry, that's okay. I'm going to let you do it. I'm going to give you all the space you need to work that out. But if you find you're ready to be done with this and to move on, and for us to start, let's get on with our day, I'm here for you too. Whatever you need right now, I'm going to give you, because I love you. And I kissed his cheek, and I walked out of the room. Oh, hey, Sensei. Project Storytime's first, y'all. You saw it here. Welcome. So I walked out of the room, and he was in there a good 4 hours. He was in there a good 4 hours, just doing his thing, playing his games, thinking, doing whatever. I went about my day. I cleaned the house. I played music. I, did what I, normally did. Picked up our kids from school. They were younger at the time. And I tried not to let it get to me and affect me. And I tried to honestly stand behind what I told him. There were times, I won't lie, there were times where I, get a little prickly on myself going, oh my God, is it 2 hours? Really? Oh my God, we're going on a third hour? Fourth hour? Really? You're really gonna hold on to this? I gave you an out. You're really every once in a while I think that, but then I would just let it pass on through and I was fine again. I'm like, no, I told this man I was going to give him the time he needed, whether it's 4 hours, whether it's 4 days. If it goes on 4 weeks, maybe we'll have a problem. But point is, I want to honor what I told him, and I meant it. I honestly meant it because I was not going to hold on to that. Because I had learned last time what happened when I held on to that. I was miserable and he was miserable. And our kids felt it too. Don't think y'all's kids don't feel when you fight, y'all. They do. I know we try to hide shit from them because we're adults. It's what we do. But they feel it. So anyway, about the fourth hour, he comes out and he came up to me and he didn't say a word. He gave me a hug and he gave me a kiss on the cheek. And he looked at me and he said, you want something to drink? I said, yeah, I'll make us lunch. Or dinner, or whatever the hell it was. I don't remember the exact time of day, but I made his food, y'all. I made his food. No, I didn't. I think I ordered us food. I think we got a pizza that night. But the point is, by really understanding what letting go was in that early argument and learning that, or I should say understanding that it wasn't about judgment. It wasn't a slight. It's not your failure because you can't let something go or because somebody tells you that you have to do this or you won't ever be whole again. It was that's not what they're saying. They're saying, because I care about you and I know things can be painful and I know our freaking flesh can hold on to shit. I don't know what it is about bad emotions, but man, the soul just latches onto that and does not want to let go. You got to work that stuff out. It's saying, don't let yourself go there. Like an argument, when you first feel it coming on, try not to let yourself go there. And if you do, you can handle this. You can work this out. You just have to look at it for what it is and not what you think I'm saying to you and not how you think I'm telling you to process shit. And that's why it's all individual. No matter what you're going through. It's all unique and we all have to find a way to process that. But that's all it's about is release. Releasing that doesn't serve you. Releasing that's not worth your time, y'all. There are things out there that's just not worth your time. It's not. No matter how much it tries to be, or no matter how much it tries to get your attention, or how much it tries to diss you, or how much whatever the hell it is. Again, whether it's a person, whether it's a thing, whether it's an emotion, whatever. If it's not serving you, then release it. That's what letting go is. And I still have to learn that over and over and over and over. Again, it's one of those life lessons that once you learn it, sometimes you may have to relearn it. And yes, the love plushie was never used again. When it was used in the proper way, it was fantastic. Worked like a charm every time. The one time it gets misused, it's broken. And we never went back to the love plushie. And that's kind of sucked because it was good. I enjoyed having the love plushie. But anyway, and I wanted to tell y'all a way I figured out how we could use this in pop culture. Yeah, it's not just in your personal life where you can let things release, let things pass through, deal with that shit and move on and be a better person for it. I'm letting go of the anger that Rings of Power instills in me. And I am embracing fully the shit show to come. I'm going to be there with popcorn and my notepad, and I'm going to be ready to talk about this show. Now, if it surprises me, let it surprise me. There may be some things I like about it. Like I've heard the cinematography is beautiful and, I've seen the trailer. And yeah, I'll give them props to that. But if that's all it is, if it's just gooey icing on a shit cake, no, you believe me, I'm going to be going through those ingredients of that shit cake and analyzing every single one and saying, Tolkien never used shit in his cake, okay? And y'all are putting shit all in this dessert, and it's unnecessary. Oh, wait, hang on, let me scroll back up. I thought I saw something and now I can't find it. Dang, y'all, I'm sorry. Anyway, okay. I was looking for a comment, but now I can't find it. Anyway, okay. So yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm actually going to be launching a new show in September just for the Rings of Power. And I don't want to say any more about that, but it will be coming when that shit comes out. And I'm going to have fun with it. I'm not going to get tore up about it. I'm not going to get upset about it because, it's not worth getting upset about it. It is what it is. It's there. Yes, I am going to be protective of Tolkien. Yes, I am going to be calling out bullshit. And I know others are too, because I'm not as knowledgeable as some on Lord of the Rings. I'm not. My deep dive began not too terribly long ago, like really deep diving. And I've got a lot to catch up on. And I've got a lot to learn. Oh, hey. Hey, Maddie's daddy, Steve Mitchum. How are you today? It's good to see you. Come on in and pull up a chair. So yeah, that is how I am going to employ letting go. When I start feeling angry about it, or when I start feeling really upset about it, it's just, you know what? It is what it is. And if I've got to feel some of that before I can do it, I will. But we have let so much in this gathering affect us for the negative, because let's face it, IPs are getting pooched all the time. But now it's almost to the point where, God, I almost appreciate their tenacity. It's like they're trying to ruin things at this point. And it's like, damn, they are on a roll. Let's see how far they could go. And it sucks and it's awful, but I'm not going to get tore up about it, because I've got better things to direct, real emotion towards. And this ain't it. But real quick, and this is kind of a short stream today, because I do have to pick up my son from work, doing my part as a mom. It is what it is. But with letting go of things, you got to give yourself a break. You have to give yourself a break. If you're not ready to deal with something, then don't force yourself to deal with it. Some things take easing into. Some things are easier to pass through your life than others. And sometimes we're really hurt over stuff. Sometimes we get stuff flung at us that we just don't deserve. You've heard Loki and Fat Steven and other people talk about, they are the villains of their own stories. Shit. Okay. If you're somebody's villain, embrace that and move on. People don't have to see you being a villain to think you're one. Sometimes they just get it in their head and they decide they're going to do and they're going to think what they're going to do and what they're going to think. And you have no control over that. And it will only hurt you if you hang on to those things that they've said or things that they did or whatever, whether it's from when you were a kid to you're an adult, whatever the situation is. It's only going to hurt you. So just, have some courage. Release that stuff, in whatever way that you can, in whatever way that works for you. Not everyone releases things the same way. Some people can do it very quickly. Some people have to think about it, and they've got to dig things out, and they've got to do some work. God knows I've been doing work for several weeks now, trying to get stuff up and get it to the surface and deal with it. Hey, Das Wolfen. He says, hello, all. Hey, good to see you. And my wise sensei says, some things pass through our lives very quickly, like Taco Bell. Yes. Let some things in your life be your Taco Bell. In and out very quickly. Done. Gone. And you don't have to deal with it again until next time. Let it be your Taco Bell. But give yourself a break. And give yourself the time and the self-care. And honestly, the self-respect that you need to be able to do that. To get through your shit and own your shit. And that's another thing. If you've done something to someone else, own your shit. Don't ever be ashamed to own it. And that is one thing I've always done, even when I was a little kid, and almost to a fault. I do it almost to a fault. But if I think I've screwed up, or if I've screwed up in some way, and I've said something to someone that they didn't deserve, or I've flipped a little attitude, or I've, done something like that. It may take me a while to get there, but in the end, I always own my shit because I'm not a perfect person. And I'm not always sunshines and rainbows and, you know, global sausages. Sometimes I can get a little spiky, I can get a little spicy, and I can get a little down in the depths, down in the ocean, pouty. And I don't like being that way. I don't. But I will eventually own it. I will say, look, I fucked up here and I'm so sorry. And will you forgive me? Please. I did not mean it or whatever it is. And in a way, that's part of letting go. It's a way you can let go. Own your shit. Not everyone's out to get you. And you don't need to snap at everyone. If something in you, if you feel that stirring, you don't need to lash out. You don't need to judge them because none of us like being judged. But yeah, if the people are really out to get you, deal with that shit. But don't let that kill your spirit. Don't let that destroy all the good that you have around you. Ride that good wave, y'all. Enjoy it. When things feel great, when things feel good, when good things happen to you. I mean, look, Mac is at 1K. Fat Steven got his monetization. These are good things happening for people. I made it through a hellish few weeks. I haven't had a nightmare in quite a while. At least a week and a half, I think. Something like that. No nightmares. Just weird dreams. But I've always had weird dreams. I'm a weird person. Even when I was little, I've had little weird dreams. If I don't have a weird dream, that's weird to me. I'm like, wow, I didn't have a weird dream. Nothing's trying to tell me something. What's going on? But yeah. Oh, thank you, Mark. He calls me unicorn farts. Thank you. Yes, when a unicorn farts, y'all, it's rainbow and glitter. Just for those of y'all who are not up on the unicorn lore, it's rainbow and glitter. And the smell of strawberries. Let's just make it what it is. Unicorn farts are rainbows, glitter, and the scent of strawberries. There we go. Now I could do that. I could do that hard. Oh, and thank you, Steve. You're not weird. You're interesting. Weird things are interesting, maybe? I don't know. And Zombie Box Review says, I'm new here, but you're slowly becoming one of my favorite YouTubers. Honey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. Welcome to my bullshittery. Just anytime, pull up a chair, pull up a drink. We're here for you. Absolutely. And Snorter Poopa says, definitely not to be mistaken for polar bear farts. Yes, y'all have heard it here first. Unicorn farts and polar bear farts are two completely different things. Not to be mistaken. Chris says, Arwyn, then you don't want to know what rainbow ice cream is. No, and I don't eat a lot of ice cream, so I'm good with that. I'll look at the pretty sherbet and be like, I see you. You look really pretty in that bowl. You just stay over there. I'll stay over here. When I'm in the mood, I'll eat you. But until then, just let me look at you and appreciate from afar. Psychodorf 9, hey, how are you doing? And we've got Rogue Disney. Howdy, folks. Hey, RD, how are you doing? So I don't know, y'all. I just wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit and know that if you do have those feelings, if you hate the phrase let it go as much as I did, I feel you. And I maybe think about it. Maybe that's why you hate it. Maybe because you've always channeled it through this, people are saying you're not good enough, that you're fragile, that you can't handle the situation. So just let it go. That's how I took it. But in reality, really letting go is just about releasing things which no longer serve you, releasing things that are hurting you, finding another space in the universe for that bullshit that gets in your mind and tears you down. And that's the shit that tells you you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, whatever, the Stuart Smalley spiel. And gosh darn it, I'm worth it. Yes, you are worth it. We are all, see, okay, Gun Bunny. All right. Yeah. Someone saying calm down makes it worse. I've never been one to really be triggered by calm down. But let me tell you, I know people who are, particularly of the female persuasion, and they will go batshit medieval on your ass if you tell them to calm down. Yeah, they hate it. They absolutely hate it. So yeah, I understand that. I may not feel that way towards that phrase, but I know people who do, and I completely get it. Because mine was let it go. Get over it, whatever. Yeah, there's just some things that just make you go, And Steve Mitchum said, absorb what is useful to you and discard the rest. Yeah. And that's easier said than done. I'm not saying you don't have some hard work ahead of you. I'm not saying you don't have to dig into the shadow of your spirit there and dig that stuff out and look that bullshit in the eye and go, you know what? No, you have been in there for too long. I've held on to you for too long. Because you know what? I've also found, y'all, and y'all let me know in the chat if I'm the only one who feels this way. But there is a weird, perverse comfort in holding on to negative emotions that you're familiar with. It puts you in that state of perverse comfort. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, yeah, I know how to navigate here because I've lived here before. I've lived here for so long, or I've lived here for so many years. It's weird. It's like, you know how to get up in the morning and deal with it. You know how to, go through your day with dealing it. You know how to go to sleep with dealing it. But that doesn't make it good for you. That doesn't mean it is serving you. It just means you're holding on to shit you don't need to be holding on to because you don't know how to release it. And Loki says, when you become so bogged down with something, it overwhelms you and damages your life, your friendships, make you react negatively in situations you wouldn't, well, let it go. Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. And I had to come to that point where I no longer heard those negative, horrible things when somebody was telling me that. And I still fall back into that pattern. I still, sometimes I'm just not ready to be told, let it go. Damn it. No, I'm going to chew on that shit for a while more. Don't tell me that. But then when I start getting upset or feeling attacked, I need to stop and think about what it is people are trying to share with me. And they're trying to share with me, you're better than this. You're worth more than this. It's just going to upset you. And it's not worth upsetting yourself over. And Das Wolfen says, not weird. It is familiar. That is why there's some comfort in it. Exactly. But familiarity also breeds contempt. And some of those things that we allow ourselves to be stewed in, that's where the contempt comes in. And then you start having contempt for yourself. You start having contempt for yourself because it's like, why the hell am I holding on to this? I hate it. I hate feeling this way. I hate seeing this. I hate dealing with it. But every day I got to come in and deal with this shit. How can I get rid of it? And you start thinking about letting it go yourself. And if you have that negative connotation, then you're going to feel worse. But if you understand really what it is you're trying to do, you're trying to love yourself and better yourself. But damn it, we don't love ourselves enough. I will say that first off, I do not love myself enough. And I need to start. And it's one of those things you can tell me and I can tell myself, but how do you do it? I don't know. I got to figure that out. I got to figure out how to give myself the self-respect and the self-love that I deserve, that we all deserve. We all need that just to be healthy and functioning. And like Loki had mentioned earlier, we've got relationships we have to, to nurture so they'll prosper. And if you just don't give a shit about yourself, well, how the hell are you going to give a shit about anyone else? It's worth exploring. It's worth looking at. And Psychodorf says, fear of pain is worse than the pain. Yeah, it is. Oh my God, that is so true. Fear of pain is worse than the pain. And when you don't pull that stuff out and deal with it and work with it, it's just going to sit inside and it's going to fester and it's going to become a knot in the middle of your stomach like I had for several weeks. Because I wasn't pulling that shit up and I wasn't dealing with it. And I wasn't saying, you know what? I see you and I don't want you here. But I'm going to acknowledge you because if I just ignore you, you're not going away. I'm going to look you straight in the eye and I'm going to say, you are not worth my time. And, I get it, insecurity. I see you. I get it, doubt. I see you. Whatever your hang up is, stare that shit straight in the eye and say, this is the way you're making me feel. And you know what? I'm done with you. Okay. I've acknowledged you. I've given you your time. I've given you more time than you possibly need to run around inside me. And now you can be gone. And every time you try and come back, I'm going to welcome you. And I'm going to look at you and I'm going to say, thanks for stopping by. Not today. Keep on moving. And Atwood said, exactly, Arwyn. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Steve mentioned. It's okay, Arwyn. I love you enough for both of us. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. And Gun Bunny says, my grandpa used to say he felt bad for me because I had the temper of a redhead. And as a child, I was blonde. And now I'm a brunette. Welcome to Red Roots Run Deep, Gun Bunny. Yeah. That temper, whether you're a redhead or not, you got that temper. You understand that expression and you know what that means. And, it's not fun. I've said before, I don't get mad very often, just twice a year, maybe. Once for sure, twice maybe. But if I do get really mad, I'm the more pouty type. I'm the more get in my head type. I'm the more I need reassurance type. But if I do get mad, if I really get mad at you, like you fucked up and crossed a line, you said something I don't appreciate, I will tell you about it. As soft and nougaty as I am, and I want everyone to get along, and I don't want confrontation, and I want to help people. I want to listen to you, and I want to help you with your problems or whatever, and I want to be a sounding board for you. And I'm patient. Yeah, if somebody says something that genuinely, lights that spark, I will be mad. And I probably will not feel bad when I call your ass on it. So, anyway, and Bark says, overthinking is worse and is the ultimate mind killer. Oh my God. Preach it, pew pew. Yes, it is. I am Overthinkers Anonymous. I will give you an example. I'll have good shit going for me. Everything is fine. Everything is good. And then either something will not happen the way I think it should, or something will happen that confuses me, that I'm just nothing bad. I'm not talking bad shit. Okay. I'm just talking normal, everyday things. And if I'm feeling it and I've been in my emotions and I haven't been where I need to be in that sweet spot, if I've been diving deep into that water and over and over and over, I will take that and like a freaking crocodile, I will latch onto that and I will death roll that thing to death in my head over and over and over and over and over until the thing, it no longer resembles the thing it started out. I've made it a completely different thing. And then I'm worried and I'm upset and I'm insecure and I'm this and oh my God, no one loves me. And oh my God, it's awful. That's what an overthinker's mind looks like. And again, I don't do it every day, but it happens more often than I'm even comfortable admitting. But I'm an open book here, y'all. So it is what it is. I'll be real with you. It's awful to get in your head like that. And then you got to pull your shit out. You got to pull it out. But it's because I've always noticed. Okay, here's another little freebie for y'all. For those of us who are overthinkers, I've always noticed our overthinking stems from something we haven't dealt with in the past. Either a situation we haven't dealt with, something somebody said to us that made us feel bad, or just something within ourselves. A shadow side of us that we haven't dealt with. Always, always, always. And then it just lodges itself in our mind, plants its little seed, takes root, and then we go over it. We stew it. We water it. We feed it. We prune it. We nurture that shit. And it's like, no. Do not nurture that. Get it out. Get some weed killer. Get some Roundup, y'all. Put your gloves on, get in your mind, and just pluck that shit out and throw it away. Pull it out by the roots. So I know, easier said than done. I get it. Overthinker here and have been for all of my life. It is not easy, but it's not going to be any easier for you just to let it sit and stew and you be that way for the rest of your life either. It is work. It is a lot of work, but you know what? It's part of self-care. It's part of self-care. Oh my God, Chris, that's right. Arwyn is very kind and patient, unless you're Darth Vader. Darth Vader! Oh my God! He pulled Mark out of a rift in the sky in Fortnite. Y'all, those of y'all that play and those of y'all that don't, there's these little rifts that you can get, and you can you can release, and it makes a little wormhole, makes a little portal, and it will teleport you to wherever you want to go on the island for the most part. You still have to sail there. You got to fly there, and sometimes you miss it. You fall short. But Mark said he opened up a rift to get away from Vader, not the skin Vader, but like Vader in the game, the one that will kick your ass and damages your car and will fling cars at you and will throw his lightsaber and fly at you and kill you. That Vader. Okay. Mark said was going through the rift, and Vader used the friggin' force and pulled him back down to the island. I am a gag. Okay, so yeah, I have zero patience. Kill Vader first, ask questions later. Up there with the Marshmallow Men, the hot dogs, freaking the Loki skin with the Captain American shield. I'm sorry, Loki does not need Cap's shield. That's like freaking Superman or Batman with a gun. No, just no way. I'm sorry. All right, Mark? What are the other ones? The bananas, or as we call the bananas. You know, no, Thor's on our shit list now. The skin of Thor. If you're playing a Thor and you're not on our team, we will shoot you. We will shoot you, and we will not even tell you why. So I'm just telling you, these are our trigger skins. Just be warned. Okay. There was one other. Doctor Strange is getting on my shit list too. I keep getting pegged by freaking Doctor Strange. It's like boom, boom, and I'm dead. So what? Christmas trees. Yes. Oh my God. Christmas time. I'm going to be so triggered. I'm going to be so, when we played with Steven last Christmas, he was playing a Christmas tree, and I'm like, could you not play a Christmas tree, please? Once I started getting shot by exclusively Christmas trees, I was done. He's like, no, I played a Christmas tree. It's like, oh, fine. And secretly, I just wanted to shoot him in the back every time I saw the Christmas tree. I'm like, damn it. I hate that skin. And Mark says sock monkeys for some people, naming no names. Yeah, well, the sock monkey's cute. Sock monkey's got a cute little booty. I will say that. Yes, I will admit that. That is a really cute skin. Everything's just all perky where it needs to be. And I admire that. Anyway. Okay. Let me talk about what I got coming up. Tonight, there's VacTube on the VacTube's channel. I believe it's 7 Eastern. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Then we have Thursday is going to be Sugar and Spice at 6 p.m. Eastern on Darth Arlena's channel. We're doing it Thursday instead of Wednesday. So y'all come on out and give us some support with that. Friday morning is going to be, I'm going to be on Loki's with the Orville panel. What else is going on Thursday? Hang on. There's something else going on Thursday. Now I can't remember what the hell it is. Y'all, I got to write this stuff down. Anyway, and then Saturday is going to be Eris's, the Weekend Geek with t-shirt, and VacTube. Back on VacTube. And I might be drinking some wine on Saturday. We'll see. Not 2 bottles worth, but I may be doing that. So, and then, lather, rinse, repeat. There's just other stuff going on. But anyway, I love y'all. I really do. And I so appreciate you being here today, sharing this time with me and my BS. I do appreciate it. And, there was something. Oh, okay. I know what it was. Yeah. There was something I wanted to share with y'all. And, I already told y'all to give yourself a break. Yeah, I definitely wanted to reemphasize that. But y'all, kind of a derivative on Tolkien, but there is good in this world, and whether it's within you or it's around you, it sure as hell is worth fighting for. And if you got to fight tooth and nail for that, do it. Because trust me, at the end of the day, when you release that garbage and you allow yourself to really be who you are and start enjoying things again, damn, it will be so worth it. And your life, it'll just ride on. And you'll just flow through it. You'll hit that flow. You'll hit that sweet spot. It's not always going to be easy, y'all. That's why we need each other. I'm not always going to be feeling good about stuff and understanding the shit. But whenever I can, I'm more than happy to share with y'all what I do. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own way of dealing with things. But all I can do is just say kind of what I'm learning, what I've learned, and what I'm still learning. So anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. I love y'all. Mwah! And y'all come back. Bye.